Yeah, let's go. Okay. All right, man. Look, this is my first stream ever. My name is Clinton Moxam. It's been a long time coming. My first stream on Twitch, that is. I do this thing called the Everyday Sweat. It's 25-minute workouts, circuit workouts. I do 5 movements, 1 minute each. That's 1 round. And then I repeat those same 5 movements for 5 rounds. So it's a total of 25 minutes. This is my gym. This is my studio, my garage. And this is where I'm going to be going live and recorded these workouts, but also just coming on here more and getting into some other stuff as well. I'm excited, a little nervous, can't lie, a little nervous, but we're gonna make it happen. Right now, I'm gonna get into my warm-up, and then I'm gonna get into some other stuff that I kind of do in my workouts. I do a lot of calisthenics, body weight stuff. I got a viewer, what's up? I think I'm gonna cover this mirror. See how I got like these black sheets? Get another one to kind of cover this mirror, because I don't like how my reflection is also right there, and I'm right here. I don't really like that too much. So basically, I do these 25-minute circuit workouts. It's a program that I have that I call the Everyday Sweat. And the 25-minute circuits, I do 2 upper body days, 2 lower body days. And so this is my last workout of the week. It's upper body day. 2023 was when I was doing these workouts live on my YouTube, but it was no setup or anything. It was just my phone. I was outside, and now I got like Wi-Fi, everything's connected, all that. My first viewer on Twitch, shout out to you. For my warm-ups, they take a little long. They take a little time, can't lie. I'm getting older, baby. You know, I kind of try and take my time. I start at the top and work my way down, and then depending on what workout I'm doing that day, depends on, you know, what my warm-up looks like. Since today is an upper body day, I do a lot of stuff like warming up my wrists and everything, because I do like a lot of calisthenic stuff. I've had issues in the past, like with my wrists and stuff, so I just try to be mindful, take my time. I work out 4 days a week. Every day that I work out, I try to get my entire body warmed up. My workouts are kind of like, it's an upper body focus, you know, lower body focus, but at the same time, I still use a lot of my entire body on every day that like I work out. Start at the top, right? My neck, and kind of work my way down. The whole point is really to just get the blood flowing. I work out first thing in the morning, so for me, getting a good warm up in is important for me, man. So I definitely try to take my time with my warm ups. Just make sure everything is moving correctly, everything is feeling all right. Ooh, all right. But I do everything in this one space. My entire workout happens right here. The 25-minute circuit on my upper body day is the last thing I do. So I'll do like the other stuff that I do for my workout, pull-ups, handstands. I'm not super proficient in the handstand stuff. I'm still trying to learn. I'm just on the wall right now. But on my leg days, on my lower body days, I'll do my warm-up. I'll do my 25-minute lower body workout first. And then after that 25-minute circuit, I'll get into like the other stuff that I do for my lower body, which is like a lot of stretching and stuff. I'm working towards like a lot of stretching, split stuff like this. I usually just like hold for like a minute. Ooh. Again. 1, 2. Again, we're just trying to get everything loosened up, right? So right now I'm about to go into some scapular stuff. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing, especially on my upper body days, I'm trying to make sure that I rotate my neck a lot, get that blood flowing, because I be getting kinks in my neck and stuff, you know? So today is kind of like a shoulder focused upper body day. The main movement that I do on my 25-minute circuit is called a pike push-up. So we're just warming up to that. Take my warm-up seriously. You get injured enough times in enough ways, you would too. Oh. These next movements that I'm going to be doing are specifically for the lower back and the glutes. So, although it's not a lower body day, my lower back's going to be involved in my workout today, right? Glutes are going to be involved in the workout today. So, I'm still going to do lower body movements to warm up because they warm up my entire body. 3, 4. So after I do kind of everything that I do on the ground that I just got into, like I said, today's an upper body day, so it depends, right? If it was a lower body day, I would do all of that and then get into doing some lunges, some squats, getting my knees, my legs warmed up. But it's an upper body day, so right now the rest of the focus is I'm gonna do one more movement for like my back, my upper body, and then I'm gonna get into warming up my wrist. This movement, bent over, this is a bent over position right here. Boom, knees are bent, back is straight, and we're gonna go T, Y, W. That's 1 rep. It's a good warm-up. Sometimes if I'm doing a workout and the workouts are hard enough or whatever calls for it, I'll use this movement as well as a movement in my workout, in my 25-minute circuit. We're gonna do 10 of those. 1, 1, 1. I'm gonna take this pad out And everything that I'm trying to do now from this point on is warm my wrists up. With the calisthenic stuff that I do, it's a lot of my wrists, man. So it's a lot of anybody's wrists. These little wrists, these little things, try to hold up this entire body. It's a lot. So I take my wrist through an entire warm up, just give them the best chance possible, you know, because I used to not. And then I ended up having some issues in my wrists and my fingers and stuff. And so that stuff lingered. It takes a long time and you kind of learn what to do. So right here, it's gonna 1, 2, just gonna rotate them. 1, 2. Some of this stuff, I'm just kind of making it up as I go. There's no name for every single thing. A lot of stuff I'm just kind of in a routine with. A lot of forearm stuff here. Looking to get these forearms warmed up and everything. I have a lot of actually issues like right here inside of my arm where this forearm kind of connects to the elbow. I have some tenderness there, so I try to be very careful. I've had issues in the past like tennis elbow, stuff like that. I'll basically take my wrists and kind of bend them down and just kind of rotate them this way, 30 reps. Come this way, 30 reps. These muscles are kind of hard to reach and hard to stretch. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on, just trying to get as much little movement in there as I can to have it, you know, warmed up before we go ahead and take on these pull-ups. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. And then now I kind of take it and I just put it into that one position. I'm just kind of squeezing, squeeze for 30, squeeze for 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, got a cramp. Holy crap. Whoa. That happens. Careful. Ooh. 14, 15, 16. You see these rings? These are my best friends. They actually help keep my wrist very safe because I do a lot of horizontal pulling in my workout. So what I used to do, I used to use a bar at this level and I would do my pull right here. And I would pull, boom, boom. And that's great. I love that. I did that for a few years, but after doing it consistently for a few years, I ended up finding out that it was putting my wrist in a bad position, right? Because I'm here and I can only pull up straight. My wrist, naturally, my wrists are aligned this way. Most of our wrists are. So that's the natural position for them. So when you take them and you now turn them this way and you're pulling and tugging, and all that torque is going into your arms and your muscles and your bones and those ligaments. It's just that's a bad spot, but it can lead to issues, right? If you're consistent enough, if you're going hard enough and all that. So what I found is that if I use the same bar, put it at its highest height, use my rings, put the rings at a good height to where I can still have it at that same level as the bar would be, it allows me the freedom to, when I pull, turn my wrists. You know, it just keeps them safer and healthier. And this has been my long-term solution. So this is my setup for that. So what I'm doing here with this for right now is I'm still looking to warm up my wrist. This is the last thing that I do to warm up my wrist. I'll take these rings and I'll just boom, boom, give it this good rotate for a good 30 reps of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give it a second. The next thing that I'm gonna do, same thing, rings, looking to twist, but this time I'm gonna be elevated. I'm gonna elevate my body. I'm gonna hold these rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna stay right here, give myself a second, and I'm gonna do a couple pulls, a couple horizontal pulls. We're getting to the end of the warm up. We're getting there. Just a good 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. That's that for that part of the warm-up. There's one last part of the warm-up. Man, it's never ending, huh? I'm about to get into my pull-ups. Honestly, I should get another set of rings. It's about that time. I don't know why I haven't at this point. They're not that expensive. I think I probably got these for like $50, bro. They were not expensive at all. I got them in what, 2020. These things have been with me for maybe just around 5 years, but definitely worth the purchase for what I do. I guess now we're gonna kind of be showing you a bit more of my setup in here because although this is a gym studio, it's also my garage. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Get this stuff moved out the way. Behind this is my garage. More stuff. It's a functional space. It has to function a certain way. After I'm done with this, I wrap this up, put everything back, put my car in here. Here we have my Be Right Back sign. I know some people do overlays, but everybody does an overlay. I want my scene to still be shown. If I have to exit to go, you know, use the restroom or something like that. So what I do, I take this and I pull this out. Boom. Boom. And for the purpose of aesthetics and production and, you know, just what the heck I like to see, I'm gonna put this back. So this space took me about a year and a half to really complete and really nail how I liked it and what I wanted in here. And actually, there's still more that I have to do because I'm looking at this mirror. I love the mirror. I love having this mirror in here, of course. Like, small gym, why wouldn't I want to have a little mirror in here? But I don't like the double scene that it creates. It's just weird, man. I will be changing that ASAP. Now I'm taking these rings and I'm putting them up here because same thing. When I do my pull-ups, I could do them on this pull-up bar, right? I could do them right here, you know? But it's that same issue of me having problems with my wrist and my elbows at a certain point. So I like to use the rings instead. See, there goes the whole garage. Boom. Put that light right there. Damn, let's bust my. Everything that I have going on here is already marked. So try to make everything I'm doing as quick and as seamless as possible. But I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, I just need another set of rings because the whole ring setup is time consuming. I'm a married man, so I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't got all the time. I'm sticking to a schedule, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's Saturday. Wife, you know, she has some plans. She want to go do some stuff. So, you know, throughout the week, I work, try to get in and out of here as fast as I can. I do these workouts 4 days a week. So, I mean, the workouts usually take me about a good 3 hours, 3.5 hours. The idea is that while I do my workouts in here, at 3.5 hours, that's an entire stream. You know what I'm saying? You can expect me on here minimum 4 days a week. And then outside of those workouts, man, I want to come on live more and just get into some other stuff as well. My little brother has actually been helping me a lot with getting everything set up and answering all my questions for like streaming and just like what I need to know and just all the little technical difficulties because he streamed for a very long time. I definitely have some stuff planned that I want to do in this space too. I want to bring people in here. I want to get some people in here to start collabing and all that. So we'll see, man. Everything in due time. So right now, this is the last part of my warm up for my upper body days. The whole goal here is to really just do like kind of call like a dead hang where I just hold on. I just allow my body to just hang for like 60 seconds. So like for 20 seconds, I just let it hang. For another 20 seconds, I kind of rotate my body. And then for the last 20 seconds, I kind of am pulling like with my scapular. So this is just the dead hang part. I'm literally just gonna hang. One pull up. That's that, man. That's my warm up, man, for my upper body day. I don't know how long it took. Maybe about an hour, probably a little less. Boom. That was my warm up. It's a little extensive, but it's necessary. It's what I do in order to make sure that I don't, not that I don't, because injuries and all that stuff, they come up, they happen, but it's kind of what I do to hopefully prevent myself from injuring myself and hurting myself and all that. So it's worth it rather than if an injury comes up, because I'm dealing with more than one even right now, but they linger for months. So although, yes, it can be kind of annoying doing the warm-ups, taking that, you know, preventative measure or whatever, it's helpful, right? Because it helps you in the long run anyways. So it saves you time in general. So at this point, I'm going to get into some pull-ups. And I do 4 sets of pull-ups. The way that I go about them, basically my first set, I'm kind of shooting for 11. My second and third set, right now, I'm shooting for 10. Then my fourth set, it's just an extra set to kind of just get what I can. Good 7, 8 maybe. We'll see how I'm feeling. But the goal is for me to work up to 3 sets of 11 and then from there move on to 3 sets of 12, so on and so forth. That's where we're at right now. So on my upper body days, this is everything that I kind of do and get into before I do my 25-minute circuit. The Everyday Sweat, that sign that you see behind me, that logo in the bottom right corner, that's my brand. That's my fitness brand. It's 25-minute circuits, 2 upper body days, 2 lower body days. It's a part of my workout. And on the days, like let's say today, I just didn't have any time at all throughout the week. Schedule is busy. That's what those 25-minute workouts are for. That's what I kind of created them for. So honestly, on my upper body days, by the time I get to the 25 minutes, I'm kind of spent. I'm not gonna lie, but we still make it happen. All right, we're gonna get into the first round of pull-ups right here. Going for 11. Bravo. All right, start the timer, 4-minute timer. Mark that down. That's set 1. Got that. Okay, we've been on for an hour and 7 minutes already. You see what I'm saying? I'm already in here. I'm already doing my workouts. Why not do them live? This is happening 4 days a week, and I'm just in here, baby, going at it. I've been telling people about what I'm doing in here too, so I can kind of get people to come in and just get into different things, man. Put them through the workouts, put them through the 25 minutes. Usually my first set, I can feel a little bit of like tenderness in my elbow. And that's the reason why I take so much time to go through everything I'm going through and just take the time like I do with my warm-up. I think that thing took almost an hour. I was talking a little bit, chatting a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So maybe that's why I take a little longer, but it's usually around 40, 50 minutes. But that's why I do take my time, because by the time I get into my movements, right, and I'm trying to go all out, I'm trying to do them at an intense level, you know, I'm prepared for it. Well, I'm happy that I finally got to get my first stream going, bro. You gotta understand, I have been trying specifically to start going live for a couple months now. I've been thinking of it since last year, like, oh dang, I'm already gonna be recording in here. I'm already going to be doing what I'm doing. Let me just capture everything on live, right? Because really the main goal for this gym and this studio originally was to capture these workouts for my YouTube. And so the big thing that I need in order to get these 25-minute workouts completed, edited, published, I had an editor for a little while. He just has some other stuff to do and whatnot. So with that, I was like, man, I'll just do it myself. But it takes up so much time in my week that I'm like, all right, it's not really realistic, because it's not the thing that is my main source of income or whatever. It's just something that I'm building. So I can't give it all my time and my attention and my energy, especially the time that I spend editing, because I spend a good amount of time editing throughout a week as well. But I need that to be focused on like what I'm doing short form wise. All right, round 2, I'm going for 10. Boo. That's that. That's number 2, another 4. So although, like my title says, I do those 25 minutes, I keep talking about how the rest of my workout is about a good 3.5 hours long. And the reason that I take, like on my posts, right, I'll do a set, right, I'm only going for like 10 or 11, and then I take a 4-minute break, is because this is more so something that I'm training for strength. So the goal of like the strength training is to do, you know, those max reps that you can, whatever you're going for. You know, some people put some weight on them and they go for like a good 1, 2, 3 rep, you know, with depending on what the weight is on them or whatever. And then they take a break, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that, to allow your body to have a moment to rest, catch back up, and then go for another set of, you know, some strength training. But when I do my 25-minute circuits, all the movements are back to back. There's a break in the sense of like when the timer goes off and I move from one movement to the next movement, there's a slight little like moment in transition there where I'm leaving and ending the movement that I was just on, trying to get into the next one. And it's just a natural couple seconds that goes by there. But for the majority of the 25 minutes, the whole idea of it is to move into the next movement and just keep going, doing what you can. I advise people to take breaks. I advise people to kind of pause in the movements. I definitely do. Had to in order to even do the workouts how I do them now. But as far as the timer goes, in that 25 minutes, it just keeps running. There's no stop as far as the timer is concerned. But me, as human beings that can only do so much, I definitely encourage people to take the breaks that are necessary. I think I was saying I kind of have been building this studio out for like a year and a half, maybe a little closer to 2 years, because there was a lot of like having to move a lot of stuff out and furniture and all the stuff that was in here. And then at the beginning of the year was when I thought I was going to start filming everything for YouTube. But I live in LA, and so I was in here in that first week of January, and that's when those fires broke out in LA, and it was crazy out here. There was evacuation orders and all that, so boom. Then I got into February and I was like, all right, like let's go. Then February came and I completely sliced my hand open. I'm trying to mess with this dang mirror and put it up. It wasn't this one, it was another one, and yeah, I ended up slicing my hand open. So kind of put me back for like, I think it took about a good 2 months for it to heal, and then maybe I think at the end of the 2 months is when I kind of started to try to put a little pressure on it. You know, so I had to stop kind of doing a lot of things. It made me really rethink how I wanted to kind of go about this. And I was like, you know what? Let me focus on going live first. And now we're here. All right, this is round 3. Remember I said I'd do three sets that I'm actually really going for it. So this set I'm going for another 10. Ooh. Oh boy. It's an ugly 10, but it was 10. What was I saying? Oh, cut my hand, put me back a few months. The decision that I made, let me focus on the stream. I had to get somebody to come and wire Ethernet cable all the way into this thing to give me internet access. Now we're here. But even then, it still took me a couple months to get going because, you know, just work, life, different things, trying to figure everything out, trying to figure out everything that I needed, everything I need to get set up and just make it happen. This is a garage. So making sure everything kind of fit and can make sense in here and can still do everything that I needed to do was kind of tricky. Even like the desk that I needed in here, the type of equipment that I needed. There are several things I needed to buy and then send back and just kind of figure it out like that. So everything kind of took a bit of time. And I'm sure my neighbors will be walking by thinking like, what is this guy doing? Who's he talking to? Talking to himself? Kind of am, but you know, it's all right. Figure it out. But this way, I'm going live, right? That's a piece of content. And then I'm also recording it. It's another piece of content. I'm really just looking to get as many pieces of content out of this as I can. Why not turn that content to other pieces of content, put onto other platforms and everything. All right, this is my last set. This is my fourth set. Again, I'm only going for about a good 7 here. I'm not trying to go crazy, but it's just a couple extra reps. Boom. And that's that for the pull-ups. Now I kind of got to put everything back. I'm going to push everything back. Those pull-ups were not the best pull-ups that I've done, but I'm glad I got them done this week and last week, honestly. A lot of my focus was on taking in as many YouTube videos and as much information as I could about streaming, Twitch, OBS, all of that, so I could really understand what I'm doing to the best of my ability and work out as many issues as I could before going live, because there's obviously, I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes. There's a bunch of stuff that I don't know about. I wanted to learn as much as I could. Still got a lot to learn, still got a lot of things to fix, but we'll see, man. We'll make it happen. So I say all that to say my workouts are definitely slacking lately just because the time that I will use to do my workouts, I had to use some of that time and that time block in my schedule in my week to sit down and learn about what the heck I'm doing. This back here. Just putting all this back into place. Specifically when I'm capturing the 25 minutes for my YouTube, I want everything to kind of just be in place and just give that look that I'm going for. The all blacked out look, very clean, very minimal, so that my YouTube videos just look how I want them to look. Because those workout videos are going to be their own thing on their own. You know, I want to kind of get some brand sponsors involved with those videos. So I want them to look as good as I can make them look. There's some brands that I've worked with in the past that I think would be really interested in what I'm doing and what I've built out. I would like to be a part of it. That's what I'm going to try to make happen. Trying to make that money, baby. Let me put these rings back on this thing. I'm going to be using these rings today in this workout. Like I said, everything I do is already marked. Take the time to create these systems in your life and in what you do. Everything just kind of runs a little smoother. Less of a headache, less of a guessing game. I highly doubt this set of handstands will be any good at all, but we'll see, man. I'm just trying to make it happen. I don't know if this is my same viewer, but shout out to you. I went 30 for my handstands. We're going to come right here. Handstands. Let's make it happen. My first set is usually never any good. First couple sets. And then after that, I kind of start getting a little hang for what I'm doing and a feel for what I'm doing. Because like I said, I'm not like advanced in handstands or anything like that at all. I'm still working towards them. Even just holding my body up is a lot. Kind of heavy, baby. So it's my little handstand wall right here. Ooh. And then I just do a little minute, like a minute 30 in between those handstands. I don't take as much of a break. Pull-ups, handstands, 25 minutes coming soon. So usually my handstands, first, second, third, so that's usually a little weird. By the time I get to like my 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, that's when I'm kind of catching my rhythm and being able to kind of feel everything through my hands a bit more and hold myself up a bit better. I have been getting better throughout the years because this has been an on and off again thing. I'm trying to go for it, trying to work on these things. Life happens, you move. Life happens, you move again. Life happens again. And so a lot of the stuff that I've been doing throughout the years has been very off and on. But what's been consistent is the 25 minutes, right? Because no matter where I am, I can do the 25 minutes as long as I have the ground. The skills training, handstands, the pull-ups, the different things, the different calisthenics things, that stuff has been very up and down for me. The splits, the stretching, all that, very up and down. I'm just still working towards those things. Taking my time with it. Set 3. I'm going for like 10 sets of this, so let's see. That was set 3. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised about how those first kind of 3 sets look because, like I said, I literally didn't do any of this skill stuff, pull-ups, handstands, any of that last week. And then this week, I haven't gotten to do any of it at all. So this is my first time doing this stuff in like about a good week and a half, almost 2 weeks. So for me to be kind of feeling everything and controlling my body the way I am, I'm very surprised. Once I get back from this trip, dang, actually, we'll be in August. I got some more travel in September. But really from like after this trip through the end of the year, I should be able to be very consistent in here and just do everything that I'm trying to do and just be on top of it. So I'm excited to do that, man, because a lot of my time has really been spent on learning how to do this stuff and make sure that everything is working and happening the way that it needs to happen. So yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited. It's number 4. Oh, fuck. Wasn't that great? Once I'm done with these handstands, there's actually a garage door that's open right here. I'm gonna put this garage door down and then we're just gonna get after it. We're gonna do our 25 minutes back here. First stream, man. 1 hour 44. Working up to the 2-hour mark. Number 4. Oh, no, 5 actually. The idea with the handstands is that everything is kind of being controlled in your hand, through your hands, those fingers, in your wrists, all up and through your arms, back, core, waist, glutes, in and through your legs. I'm still struggling to kind of connect all of those things, but you know, practice makes perfect. My mind can only focus on so many things at once, right? Being able to get this part of what I'm doing going should hopefully free up some space in my mind to focus on other things. Because I feel like even right now I'm not completely focused, right? This is new. This is something I'm trying to do, so it's feeling very you know what I'm saying? Still thinking too much about it. But we'll see, man. We'll catch our rhythm here soon. I'm getting to the point where I'm kind of feeling a little, not drained exactly, but a little bit. People do is kind of like use different little things to kind of get some like carbs and energy into their body. I want to eat something that's going to kind of absorb quickly and not get in the way of like my workout and me moving my body around and whatnot and kind of make me feel like it's kind of getting in my way or going to make me throw up or anything. So applesauce is my go-to. Give me a little energy, a little spike of some little glucose, a little insulin spike, a little carb spike in my body. The 5 is going to be 6. Ooh. All right, that was number 6 of 10. This stuff is why I take so much time on my warm up, and then on my upper body day specifically, I take all the time that I take with warming up my wrists because it's just so much on my wrist, man. And of course, over time they get stronger, right? But I just kind of created some injuries and issues in the past just from not warming up enough, not taking the proper steps to make sure that I'm ready to go into my workouts and stuff. You live and you learn, baby. And I take about a good 45, 50 minutes usually for a warm up, and then I get into my workout from there. But you know what though? It's content. It allows me to kind of get another 40, 50 minutes on stream. So what's the issue with that? 6 to 10. And then we're gonna jump into this 25 minutes. What's this, 7? Oh, Had it and lost it. That was number 7. You know what? I was gonna cut these handstands short, but I might go to the 15. So what I do is I do like 15 sets. It's like 15 times of doing this stuff, going upside down. Where I'm at right now is the first 10 are focused on getting up and then trying to get off the wall and kind of hold the top, you know, the handstand position. So just practicing that 10 times. And then the next 5 sets, or the next 5 times that I do it, I'm really looking to just hold it for like, I think right now I'm holding it for like 40 seconds is what I'm shooting for. And so what that is kind of reinforcing is just, you know, the strength of being able to hold yourself up, hold your body up. That's what I'm kind of at right now. For months though, the goal was to do the 10 sets and do them for like 30 seconds, right? Just holding myself up on a wall hold, not taking my feet off the wall at all for 30 seconds and just getting my body used to being in that position, holding it for 30. So what's happening? I'm just talking about my workout routine right now. I'm chilling, I'm doing good. Thank you for tapping in. That's a set 8. 8 of 10. Ah. All right, nice. I'm trying, man. I'm out here trying. All right, that was my 8th set. And basically, I'm just keeping track of everything in my notes app. After this, we have 2 more sets of me trying to come off the wall with the handstands, 5 sets of me holding myself up, and then we're gonna get into our 25-minute circuit. 5 exercises, 1 minute each, for 5 rounds, 25-minute workout. It's called the Everyday Sweat.
Scarlet 02 is now following.
Let's sing the squat. Ooh. All right, that was set 9. Remember I said usually set 1, 2, and 3 aren't that great, right? And then as I kind of get closer to 10, I start getting the hang of it more. I start getting a feel for it in my body more about like where I am and what I'm doing. And then they kind of get better. So that was set 9. And that was a pretty clean set. That was the best one that I've done so far. I'm impressed by how I'm kind of holding myself up and moving and how everything is feeling. I'm really feeling everything being connected a bit more. I'm feeling where I need to just focus on and where I need to apply just my attention to when I'm upside down and whatnot. One more set of the handstands where I'm trying to come off the wall. Then I'm going to do 5 sets of just handstand wall holds where I'm holding it for like a good 40 seconds on the wall. All right, last set of this. Let's see how it goes. Ooh. Started out really good. It started out really good, then I lost it. It's my intro workout. All right, so now I'm moving into my last 5 sets of this, the handstand stuff. But these last 5 sets, I'm not actually looking to come off the wall. I'm looking to just stay up for a good 40 seconds because now my shoulders are already pretty tired. And so the goal is to just exhaust them a little bit more and really just focus on the strength and endurance that it takes to even hold a handstand, right? So that's why I do it at the end because now I've already been able to kind of practice what I'm practicing, which is coming off the wall and more so doing the actual skill of the handstand. And now this is for a bit more strength and endurance here. Oh, all right. So that's set number 11. We're going for 15 total. These last 5 will be just me holding the handstand wall hold for a good 40 seconds. So I don't know if I'm pretty sure you were able to hear me in my mic, but kind of count into 40 Mississippi. Mississippis are, I've found to be a much more accurate way to count your seconds compared to just 1, 2, 3, 4. Because a second is a little longer than you would think. So that Mississippi kind of allows for the most accurate 1 second. So for a lot of my stretching, I don't really count Mississippis. It's around 40. It's around 40 seconds, right? That's what I'm saying. Like counting the Mississippis kind of really helps the 40 seconds to be as accurate as possible. You know, I'm literally upside down and I'm tired. So I'm trying to make it to that 40, but you're also kind of fighting against the tiredness or whatnot. So it's kind of like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. But also saying it out loud kind of makes it take a second or two, not a second or two more, but kind of emphasizes the Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, kind of a bit closer to what a full second is, if that makes sense. 2 hours and 3 minutes on stream, man. Let's go, man. That's what I'm talking about. My workouts usually take a good 3.5 hours. So that's why I created this studio, in order to be able to capture everything and just create this form of content, repurpose it, put it on YouTube, break it down, put it elsewhere, all of that. It's my 12th set. Oh, I got 3 more sets of this, and then I'm getting into my 25 minutes. You know, the circuits are tough. It's a lot on your body, so I take my breaks. I take my breaks still to this day within my circuits, because it's a lot, especially when, you know, people are just starting out with this stuff. But I'm excited to get into it. When I get into the circuit, I'm gonna pause the music, pause everything. Because when I do the circuit, what I'm doing is I'm looking to record that for YouTube. I'm looking to record that separately for YouTube. This is 13. Oh. All right, that was 13 right there. What is a circuit? A circuit is several movements put together and done back to back. So the way I work out is I have 5 movements that I do for 1 minute each. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. 5 minutes. Each 5 minutes, each 5 movements is 1 round, right? So round 1 today is going to be a movement. Probably this is my first movement. Boom, right? The timer goes off. We go into the second movement right here. Boom. Timer goes off. We go into our third movement right here. Boom. Timer goes off. We're going to our fourth movement. Boom. Boom. Timer goes off. We're going to our 5th movement right here. Boom. All of those movements happen for a minute each. That's a circuit. Timer goes off again. I jump back into it. I start back at the top. Movement 1. Minute goes by. Timer goes off. Movement 2. Right here again. Boom. So on and so forth. That's a circuit. Circuits are an exercise routine where the movements happen back to back. This is set 14 of 15, second to last. For whatever reason, when I get to 15 seconds, I don't know what happens in my brain. I go 13 Mississippi, 14 Mississippi. Sometimes I say 15, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I skip it. Sometimes I have to say it twice. I don't know what it is. I always do it. Oh, I welcome the questions. Absolutely. So that was 14 of 15. I'm at the end of my workout now. I've already warmed up, done pull-ups, done these handstands. And today is also kind of like a upper body, shoulder, 25-minute circuit as well. So I'm going to be pretty tired going into that. I'm just going to need just a little break before jumping in, right? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But this is how my workouts usually look. And it's a bit of, not exactly that it is cardio, but it's definitely pretty high intensity. Get a really good sweat going. I kind of consider it my cardio as well. Ooh, what's good, bro? How you doing? I'm good, baby. You just getting back?
Yeah, I just got back from Europe.
Oh, word? Where were you?
I went to Ibiza.
Okay. I'm on stream, bro. I'm streaming.
Wow.
That's what I got going on in here. All this wiring and all this crazy stuff that I got going. I had a dude come to the apartment and wire it. He kind of put it like, like above the building and kind of came across with it, ran it through there and everything. And that's my first stream actually. Stream, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my neighbor, Aiden, you know? All right, bro. Where we at? Oh, that was the end. Yo, I'm telling you, the reason that I do everything that I do for my warm-ups is to make sure that, like, right now I'm getting a kink in my neck right now, bro. So I try to help myself and just give myself the best shots and not, not be ready for what I'm doing. All right, bro. Oh, shoot. Hey, look. If I ever get a kink in your neck, the secret is not to pull your neck away from where the pain is or what's going on. The secret is to lean into it actually and allow, I don't know what happens. I don't know if the muscle just kind of gets to relax or whatever. But if you pull it away, if you pull the neck in the opposite direction of it, that's what's actually gonna make your neck kind of get stuck and feel stuck in that spot and feel that pain. But if you feel it coming on and you kind of lean into it, I don't know what it does exactly. I don't know how it works, but that's the secret. Keep it there for a while. Right now I'm feeling that pinch, but so that I get to this 25 minutes. Ooh, come on, baby. But it's up like this. That's exactly why I, take my time with my warm up. I wake up first thing in the morning, get this done in a decent amount of time, then, move on and get done what I need to get done for the rest of my day or whatever. So I decided to say when I come in here in the morning and I do all this, my body is cold. Like I'm coming straight from sleeping. So I have to really take my time with the warm up and everything. Make sure that I can blood flowing and get warmed up correctly and make sure I don't hurt myself. Hey, bro, come on now. All right, that's the end of that. We're getting the full effect today, man. Oy, this is definitely gonna get in the way of. Ooh. Usually it doesn't happen until after I'm done working out, bro. Shit. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to make sure that everything's gonna be in frame. All right, so eventually we're gonna get into our 25 minutes. But this is my setup, man, you know what I'm saying? Garage is closed. This is where we at. A little key light right here. Got this light up here. It took me forever to figure out. That's basically just a light that's from like Lowe's. And I was really needing a light that kind of had the different temperatures. It's like the white light and there's like a medium, like this one that's in the middle and there's, super yellow. And so I was looking for one that kind of had the three functions so I could kind of create the best lighting that I could possibly create. I'm no lighting specialist or anything like that. It's really just a light that's supposed to go into a bathroom. So there's no like diffusers or anything like that or a light diffusion that I could like find on like Amazon or Best Buy or anything like that. So what's diffusing that light is actually some white towels. All right, the neck is calming down a little bit. Let's see what we're gonna get into today. The neck is kind of calmed down. 5 movements. Movement 1 is going to be a pike push-up. With my 25-minute circuits, when I'm recording them for YouTube, right? Because right now I'm only live streaming and just, recording these lives and I'll upload them to my YouTube or whatever. But it's not the final form of what my 25-minute circuits, the Everyday Sweat looks like. Going into next year, I'll launch the full 25-minute circuit workout videos on the Everyday Sweat YouTube. And those videos will have the workout that I'm doing live and then also like 2 to 3 variations per movement. So right now, obviously, there's only one of me. Well, I guess this damn mirror, there's 2 of me. But there's only one movement happening. So unfortunately, I can only show you the movement that I'm doing. There are no variations at this point right now. But when the videos are created and produced and published going into next year, there will be 2 to 3 variations per movement. I think I saw your comment about the pike push-ups being for shoulders. That is correct. That is what pike push-ups are for. It's one of the main movements of my program. I have 2 upper body days and pike push-ups are one of the movements that my shoulder upper body day is focused on. Great movement, very challenging. It's hard as hell, cannot lie. But the variations for it, I have several different variations, depending on the day, how I'm programming it, how I'm setting things up. There's several different variations that we can kind of get into. First movement is going to be a pike push-up. I'm just going to do a couple of them so that I can kind of, it's like a mini warm-up. After I've done my pull-ups and the handstands and all that, it's like I just kind of need another little mini warm-up to kind of get into the workout. Oh, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. That's a pike push-up. The variation for those would often be some form of shoulder press. We can do seated, right? Shoulder press right here. Boom. Seated arm press. Boom. That's a variation. Next movement, hollow hold. My 25-minute circuits have a lot of calisthenics influence in them. So that pike push-up was movement 1 that we would do for a minute. This hollow hold is movement 2. Boom. That's a hollow hold. The variation to that, obviously I'm trying to hold it for as long as I can, but the variation would just be 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? That's the variation. You just take it down a couple notches. Another variation would be to do the hold, but to do it for not 15, 20 seconds. It'd be more so like 3 seconds like this. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right, third movement is going to be an inverted row, which is right here, which is why I have these bad boys. Earlier in the stream, I was kind of explaining why I use these rings instead of using the bar. I found that having the rings allows my wrist to kind of move in a more natural state. As I pull, they can turn and just keeps them safer, keeps them healthier. Boom. There's a lot of different variations for that, right? If someone was to be doing the program and following along, they ended up buying themselves this equipment. Boom. Maybe you're not there yet to have your legs all the way out. Come right here, pull your legs in. That's a variation. I'm sure in my workout, I'll have to fall back into that variation as I'm trying to get through my workout. Another variation, if someone was following along with the program, but they don't have this equipment yet, they haven't bought this stuff, which I don't even recommend to do until you're like consistently following along with this thing. You know, you don't really need the equipment. You'll be boom, right here. Like when I'm doing the full video that's being published and everything, would be one of the variations that are included on the screen. So as I'm doing that inverted row, this variation would be playing alongside of it. And it's just an alternating side plank, boom. Right? So those variations are gonna be included in the actual videos that I'll be publishing going into next year for the Everyday Sweat. We'll do some curls. We'll come right here. This is gonna be the fourth movement right here. Some curls, boom. The variation here, there's really no variation. It's more so just taking your time with it, really, is the main thing as you're going through the workout. Boom, 1, maybe if you're just absolutely spent, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, no, so on and so forth. And then the last movement that we're gonna do is going to be a bent over. All right, this is our bent over position right here. Boom, row, boom, to fly, boom, row, fly. Those are our 5 movements. We're gonna do each one for a minute each. After you get through the 5 movements, that's 1 round, and then you repeat them. You start with the pike push-up again, that's round 2. Let's get into it, baby. Let's go, let's make it happen. Honestly, kind of got to be, but you know, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna do it, oh my God. If y'all hear crickets, because I have crickets in here, those are my friends, all right? Leave them alone, don't do their thing. They're not bothering you, don't bother them. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says 26. So what I do is I start my timer, and then that 26 kind of runs down. And then once that runs down and goes off one more time, that'll be the start of my 25 minutes. This kind of gives me like a minute before I start to just chat, talk, prepare my mind. Be grateful that I get an opportunity to move my body today, that I have the ability to do it. I'm here, present. It's my first stream on Twitch, and we're making it happen. I won't be doing a bunch of talking while I'm working out because this is like my actual real workout. So I'm really actually trying to do it and get through it. So let's go. That's that. That is that. That's 25 minutes. That's the Everyday Sweat. Day 404. 4 workouts a week, 2 upper body, 2 lower body. I do these workouts for 5 weeks in a row. Then I take a week's rest, and then I repeat the same thing. Every workout is different. I don't just come in here and do the same movements back to back, but they have the same fundamental principles, and that's that. We get after it. Ooh. Let's go, man. Listen, my name is Clinton Moxam. This was my first stream ever on Twitch. I would say that it was a success. 3 hours, boom, just like that. This is kind of what I do. 4 times a week, I'm in here getting after it like this. And then, you know, my plan is throughout my days to hop on whenever I can throughout the rest of the week and just get into some more content, man. Get into some more streaming, man. I'm about to log off. Thank you. I appreciate the well done. I'm about to go eat, walk my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the rest of my Saturday. I guess this is where I stop the stream. It was hard. We're done. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. Peace.